Going live on YouTube. What a day, guys. What a day in crypto trading. Kind of crazy, a little stressful. I recorded an entire video about exchanges, and then its relevance kind of was diminished due to the Poloniex crash. So that's exciting. That's nice to have. Hey James, what's up? I'm live right now. But yeah, so basically I wanted to go over kind of my thoughts on what happened, some things I do to keep myself secure, and kind of let you guys know so that you can prepare yourself when stuff happens, because it is kind of concerning to have crashes. It's always scary too. I don't want everybody to like go panic sell or anything. I want everybody to at least just use necessary safety. And so I'm gonna go over a few things I do. One of those things I do is I have a Trezor wallet. I'll actually switch back to my screen here so I can show you. I mean my face. But yeah, I have this Trezor wallet here, and this is where I keep like the majority of my trading balance is on this wallet because it's a hardware wallet, so it's safer than keeping your money on a centralized database like a website, right? Because Poloniex is a centralized database, and blockchain is the blockchain kind of allows for decentralized databases in a better, more secure way, and so Poloniex is a centralized database, and so it's vulnerable to hackers, attacks from whatever type. Today we got DDoSed, which is basically like an overload on the servers. Personally, I'm not like I understand security, I understand encryption, but I don't understand the encryption on the server side of things as well, personally. So I can't tell you, I'm not going to say that like I know all about servers, because I don't. But I can tell you that it concerns me a little bit to have this stuff happen, especially since I've been with Poloniex for a long time. And I've always liked them. And then, and I still do, but like it's kind of nerve-wracking to have this type of stuff happen. I'm trying to use BitterX a little bit because it looks like the volume is increasing on here. I'm just waiting to send some Bitcoin over, but the volume is increasing on BitterX, and that's the main reason I trade Poloniex is for volume, but also for margin trading. So that's kind of a downside. But yeah, no, Poloniex is back up. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I do think that Poloniex is having a hard time handling their volume, obviously, and they're getting attacks. So it could be. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that that this is fact or anything, but there could be it would be I will say that it is kind of an easy way to hide if there was to something happen. It would be a pretty easy way to hide it, because they could just say that they got hacked. But I don't know if they would do that. I really don't. It's kind of hard to say. But what I personally do, okay, the best thing that I personally do is I keep 70% of my total account balance on my Trezor, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel secure. And then I trade my 30%, and that's how I go about protecting myself from potential losses. Because if I ever lose, it's only 30% of everything I've ever made, right? That's one way to handle it, but I will say that this is a little crazy on here, so I want you guys to be informed that that it it is kind of a little bit worrisome to have a lot of capital on Poloniex right now. At least for me, just honestly, and I've been around Poloniex for a long time. It is just concerning to have this type of stuff happen. And I know a lot of people, like Poloniex has been lagging out, and it's been like making it hard to close margin positions, and a lot of people have been getting like losing money from that type of stuff. So I just don't understand personally how they don't really have money for, like, they've got to have they definitely have money to upgrade their servers. I just don't see why they aren't. And like I said, I don't understand servers super well, but it doesn't quite add up for me personally, so I've been on BitterX a little bit. I know a lot of other people have been too. But it's just kind of a terrible situation to be caught up in the middle of, honestly, like for everyone. And it's sad to see that. Um, I wish it wasn't happening, but what do? You just protect yourself as best you can, and you know that's all you really can do is protect yourself, plan for potential losses, because they just happen one way or another, whether it's a margin trading, whether it's just potential losses always end up happening. And and so you just try to calculate around that. You use security precautions, and you know, like I said, my personal security precaution is a Trezor wallet. Um, and I also tweeted out yesterday that since I didn't get around to making a video because it's been so crazy lately, um, I tweeted out that I was gonna make an extra special one today. So that's what I tried to do with the video on exchanges. But then Poloniex got DDoSed after I recorded it, so that's kind of a shitty deal. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I figured I'd at least live stream out to you guys since there's so much it is something to to definitely talk about. What's you guys' feelings on it? I'm gonna go check out the chat room here and read some other opinions. Um, no, you can't put anything on a Trezor, but I keep 70% of my account balance in BTC anyways. So I just put BTC on there. I only trade 30%. Or at least that's what I've been doing, because for quite some time now, because I found that BTC is my personal favorite storage of value. But that's kind of, there's, everybody has their own opinions on that. I just feel like it's kind of the most secure due to the most money being in it. So the most development and concern over it succeeding, kind of, is the way I look at it. Let's see here. The pump and dump on GNT. Already back to coins. Hell yeah. That's that's good to see. Yeah, no, definitely don't think like this type of stuff is gonna make cryptocurrency over. Like, there's decentralized exchanges being developed. Bitshares.org, go check it out. Like, people are making things to combat this type of problem. And, obviously technology develops, humans figure things out, and we move on. We're just like in an interesting stage. The pump and dump on Golem. Ooh. Why don't I bring up a Coinigy chart here? Because Coinigy has better graphing than BitterX and Poloniex, because it's trading view, and I really like their. I might not be. Okay, yeah, I am logged in. Sweet. Alright. So. But yeah, no, hopefully nobody had anything too crazy happen. What is that? Oh. Hopefully nobody had anything too crazy happen. And I'm sorry, like, if anything did, like, really, it sucks to have that type of, I've had a lot of losses one way or another. But as long as you make your winners bigger than your losers, it's just like trading, right? Just make your winners bigger than your losers. Wow. Well, I mean, it did indicate that prices were being rejected pretty hard. If you look at these wicks right here, that was showing that prices were getting rejected out of those highs. Now, I will say it does surprise me a little bit that we pulled back this hard, but not that much, because you have to remember that like Bitcoin like really bloodbaths altcoins all the time. Like, you know, I've talked about this in the past. Bitcoin bloodbaths alts, and that's why you have to watch Bitcoin's price. I tweeted out that I think it's going to 2100 range, and that's like the first real rejections I see. Um, let's see here. Where is Bitcoin anyways? On Bitstamp. And this looks like just it's caused purely because Bitcoin's pumping right now. That would be my number one reason, because I mean Ethereum, it's an Ethereum token. When Ethereum and Bitcoin kind of you know, when Bitcoin goes up and Ethereum goes down, then Ethereum tokens kind of struggle too, right? Because the entire Ethereum value chain kind of struggles. So that's kind of what I think on GNT. It will probably, I don't know if it will double bottom here. It will probably, like, odds are, like, normally they go down a little further. Like, they have a higher probability of bouncing off, like, right here. That's the 786 Fib retracement. So if you draw a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the high, they have the highest chance to bounce off the 786 here. It could double bottom here, though, and you know that's possible. But if BTC prices keep at it, then this downtrend will continue and bounce off a lower fib, because I see it like happen all the time with prices. And I know this one has been performing pretty well, and I'm expecting Ethereum tokens to recover soon. But I do expect like a pullback to that 786, or at least there's a higher chance, in my opinion, that it does now. The prices have been rejected this hard out of these highs. Alright, anything else? Ripple is king. I don't like a lot of things about Ripple, honestly. I like the price movement. I like to trade it. But as far as like an actual like crypto, personally, I'm not like the biggest fan of Ripple, because I'm not really a fan of banking. I think it should be personalized now that we can do it. But let's see, is there any other questions? Thoughts on ETH and LTC? Okay, I'll go over ETH, because ETH is relative to, Golem, so it's a good one to be checking over. And then I'll go over BTC, because, Bitcoin. Oh, wow. I actually haven't checked these prices since the Polo crash. I've been trying to manage questions and it's been crazy, I'm telling you. But yeah, no, that was rejected pretty hard out of that high. I actually was trying to go long right here because I thought this was gonna catch support, but like I kind of got screwed on my margin. I closed out at a loss somewhere right here, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Yeah, no, this is because of Bitcoin. Like, if Bitcoin goes parabolic, then altcoins always suffer, like every time. They can go up together. They can when all of the money is going into any crypto. But right now the money is going like into Bitcoin a lot, especially today. If we look, we're up we're up like 7% in Bitcoin. We're at 1756. Like, that's amazing that we've made this type of a move in Bitcoin, but it does suck because I did have to take some stop losses and take some losses out recently in my altcoin trading. Nothing crazy, but you take your losses, and then when the conditions are right again, you make more back, so it doesn't matter. But I think the conditions will come back because obviously the money is just going into everything right now. Like, yeah, it is dropping off on ETH. Um, there are quite a few coins like kind of getting ready to bloodbath. I think we're gonna go in for a bloodbath too. But then Bitcoin gets rejected, and then altcoins perform, and you can trade. You can trade these markets. You can short these coins if you can find a good high too. Because I think Bitcoin isn't done going parabolic, but I'll get into that in a second. Um, yeah, no, I think we have to pull back to this range, the .5 range, um, and I don't think it would, like that would be the craziest like point, right? Um, I see it going because really, like, there's just so much money going into everything right now that any pullback has a higher probability of pulling back up and continuing on its trend because we've been on a trend for a while. So until that officially changes, and I don't see like a major, like I don't see any like huge wick right here, right? It's not like we went parabolic like 100%. We just came to a point, a squeezed point right here in the market. Prices naturally got rejected. So you can see they came in, they kind of got up more right here, and then they come back like this, and then we have like another squeeze up in the market here. And this is, a lot of times prices can get rejected out of those highs. That second push up can kind of cause a pullback, especially when there's Bitcoin battling these prices right now. Let's see. Let's get into what was the other one? Litecoin. Yeah. Let's check the live. Bitcoin. No. Oh my goodness. I wish, man. Let's see here. But yeah, no, definitely just look for entries based on Bitcoin, right? So when Bitcoin pulls back the other direction a little bit, and when Bitcoin pulls down a little bit, then you can look for those entries to buy alts. And when Bitcoin goes up, I mean, when the sorry, the other way around. When Bitcoin goes up, then you can look for those entries to buy alts, and when it goes down, you can look for those entries to short them, right? So, but you have to have the prices right behind each other. You can compare prices on TradingView.com, and on here you can just do a comparison to BTC prices. So we can compare Litecoin to BTC here as an example. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see, here's the Bitcoin and Litecoin prices lined up. They're pretty correlated, right? We had this big move up here, but now they're fighting each other clearly. Like, it's very obvious that Bitcoin prices are fighting Litecoin prices. Now, that's natural, like it happens at other points, right? Let's see, where's another good example of this? Basically anything before this in this market, if we go to 1 day. Yeah, right here prices kind of battled. Right here Litecoin went way up. That was actually because of a Ponzi scheme, I believe. That happened in 2015. I don't know exactly what happened there, but from what I understand, this was a Ponzi scheme. But yeah, no, Litecoin prices are pulling back because they went parabolic right here. but these are natural corrections in markets, right? Markets correct. That's how they move. They go up, they get pinched into this point, then we have a correction in prices. So we're basically testing to see what Litecoin is really worth, right? Because it's been hyped up. I did mention to people that I believe SegWit, could, they buy the rumor, sell the news. So some people ask me what I thought about SegWit, what would happen like day of. I didn't know exactly what will happen day of because it's not day of yet, but like prices would get bought from the rumor and rejected from the release. So yeah, no, we're having a pullback in Litecoin. Prices will probably trend in this direction for a little while. I don't know where exactly they'll land. I don't know how parabolic Bitcoin has to go. I don't know how much they'll battle. But I do think that right now, Bitcoin is a contestant like for prices right now. And we'll probably bounce at least off, 382s, possibly even lower, but I don't think so. I don't see these markets going down that low, most of them. Litecoin will probably go to one of these two fibs, would be my guess, because this trend is still strong. It's added to Coinbase that has pretty good fundamentals right now. I don't try to trade on fundamentals in my plans, but like if you're trying to do these longer term predictions, you have to understand like what's going on, right? So but yeah, no, I think Litecoin is in for a pullback, which kind of sucks. I didn't expect prices to all get rejected right here when Bitcoin went up. I did express my thoughts and feelings on it in my last live stream about how if Bitcoin goes parabolic, we will want to, we want to have our stops in place while altcoins are going parabolic. So, if you're in a coin right now, it really depends on your trading plan. That's why you have to have plans and stop losses and stuff like that, because if you're investing 100% based on fundamentals, it can kind of affect your trading negatively. Or if you're just trading 100% based on emotion, or like, oh, it looks good, right? You need to be writing stuff down and like having a plan. That's the only way you can prepare for like moves like this. And like I can't tell you exactly what your plan needs to be, but I'm working on a lot of stuff right now, like an ebook that can help you guys protect yourselves from this type of stuff. So, but yeah, that's basically today's live stream. I do have a video on Fibonacci's. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to go over today. Like I said, I apologize that I couldn't upload my normal video. Kind of became irrelevant due to Poloniex crash. And yeah, so I decided to live stream for you guys, give you some of my thoughts, because I know that it's important to cover this type of stuff when it happens. Keep you guys updated as much as I can on these types of things, like the Poloniex crash, and that type of stuff can cause a lot of changes in the market, a lot of changes in prices even, so. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video and live stream. Here's Bitcoin. We'll go over it because I need to show you my thoughts on Bitcoin, because like I said, it's the mothership and it's going parabolic right now, but it's getting ready to squeeze, right? At some point it'll hit its parabolic point. It doesn't look like it's ready to quite yet, and so here's kind of one way that you can do Fibonacci based on a new all-time high, because a lot of people have been asking me this. So what I do is, when I draw Fibonacci based on maximum rejections and reactions, I guess would be the way I usually word it, in prices. So if I click the Fibonacci here, and I go from a low, I can go from basically any low, um, any relative low, you know. Then I bring the prices up to the top and I kind of see what it does, okay? I see how many points it like legitimately reacts in prices. And it looks like there's quite a bit, you know, right here, right? So this could be a rejection in prices here. It looks like it might need to go a little higher before it does, like maybe 1733. This is on Bitstamp, by the way, Bitstamp's prices. So it looks like it might need to go a little higher than that because, as you can see, there's actually more rejections and more relative points if you bring this up higher. And even a little bit higher here gives you more. So if you bring this up to 2100, and I did some other things to help calculate this price here, but if you bring this up to 2100, you can see that there's a pretty good reaction in fib prices here. Rejected, rejected, bounced here from this wick, rejection, rejection, lands on support in this area, a little bit oversold due to a lot of FUD. And then we have prices come back up. We have prices stabilize and reject a little bit right here, you know, consolidate, and now we're moving up in Bitcoin. And it looks like it has to go parabolic, right? So you kind of have to determine how much that parabolic move will be. And my first hindsight here would be a rejection in prices at this 2100 mark. That's a pretty psychological number. Like people, anything over $2,000, people are going to be like, oh wow, this is really high, right? So I think that's where we're gonna see our first rejection on this trend here. We might have like a little one with some consolidation here, and then alts might, you know, go up on that day. But that's what I'm thinking in Bitcoin prices. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today's live stream. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Again, it's been crazy, but I'm trying to get everything I can for you guys done here, and I've got a lot of sweet stuff coming for you, like the ebook and stuff like that. So yeah, stay profitable, you guys.